Aye, 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 aye. That was a little bit. That was tough to watch. Tough to watch. What's going on, guys? It's Eric again, back with another video here for you. Welcome back to the Michigan Sports Hub. All I can say today, as a Detroit Lions fan, is I think I'm going to title this video "How the Mighty Have Fallen." Today's today's game was so atrocious, so atrocious. I'm not even going to bring up any. I'm not going to even bring up any stats or anything like that. You guys have seen the game. You guys know how bad it was too. Just a total shit show by Detroit today. That's on Christmas Day. You could tell the guys. Tell the guys. I don't want to say you can't tell that they didn't want to be there, but I would be pretty upset too on Christmas Day, wanting to. Got a little electrical issue here. I thought you could tell the guys didn't kind of want to be there, and the offensive line woes, the defensive in secondaries in shambles. Now you've got Anzalone out. It's in one side of the ball couldn't help Detroit today, like it did the year before, where you had the offense just humming right along and the defense was kind of limping along. This time you had it on both ends of the ball here. Sorry, the dog's sitting right underneath here. Golf looked bad. The wide receivers looked bad. The offensive line couldn't block for Gibbs or Montgomery. And I only watched the second half. I didn't watch the first half. There was turnovers galore. It's just not a recipe for success. And this season, I'm a part of me is glad the season is over, because this team is not. The window has closed. Our Super Bowl window has now finally closed. And a lot of it can be blamed on our general manager, Brad Holmes. Now, I'm not saying he's. Whoops, I'm sorry, Luke. Now, I'm not saying he's the guy that deserves all the blame, but he is one of the people that need the blame. But this team needs a lot of work. And I'll just go over them with you here. I'm not really going to go over the game much. I'm just going to go while I'm on this topic. I'm going to go over it. Brad needs to do a better job. He needs to do a better job in drafting, and not trying to get these guys that are good, that have an injury history, and trying to make them something out of his mold. Can't do that. Can't do that in today's NFL, because we just seen what the product is here. A perfect example is Davenport and Paschal. Get those two guys out of here. That'll be addition by subtraction right there. All right. Then, once you get that in place, you got to do better in free agency here, too. He has been atrocious in free agency. The free agents that he's got simply haven't worked out. And then plus his stubbornness not to bring anybody in this season. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that if he did or didn't do it, the outcome would have been different. Or that if he did do it, the outcome would have been different, because we don't know how, if he would have gotten another defensive end on the other side of Aiden Hutchinson, what that would have done. All we can go off of is based on kind of what we see today, which is now you have an 8-8 record, which is probably going to be 8-9, because you're not going to put your starters out there against Chicago, and Chicago just might not put their guys out there because they know they have a playoff spot, even though they might try to want to win the division, so they might. I don't think they'll throttle Detroit. I think they'll probably get a comfortable lead, put the second and third string in, and if Detroit tries to mount some kind of comeback, the first string will go right back out there and score them enough points to win the game. So, along with that, Dan Campbell is not an offensive guru. He's not. He's simply not the guy. He needs to have situational awareness. The man has zero situational awareness. None. Zero. You can't be going for it on fourth down constantly when your offensive line is in shambles and is injured and has got people in there that haven't been, that know the position well enough to have the experience behind them on it. Especially with two rookie guards back there. You just simply can't do that. I know you have this culture that you're wanting to do and this expectation and things like that. But you got to know when to punt the football or know when to take a field goal. You can't just simply just sit back there and be like, well, it's fourth down, we're going to go for it here. And hell have at it, I'll deal with the consequences later. Dealing with the consequences later is a perfect example of how the seasons came out. You simply can't do that. You can't do it. Also, you need veterans in here on the secondary to help out this young secondary to coach them along. You need that. You need those guys in there. It's just simply not working here. You need offensive line help. Decker's probably not. I don't know if they're going to keep Decker or not. The line was in shambles. You got to give it to Penei Sewell for playing injured, and Decker too. You got to give Decker credit here, even though probably Decker's not going to be back. You got to give Decker credit. He was playing injured quite a bit with his bum shoulder. You could see the frustration on Gibbs and on Montgomery. You could see it. The Lions were not going anywhere today. It was a perfect example of how the season's gone for Detroit. And we've gone down this downhill trajectory ever since that 2023 for not going on the field goal there and trying to do our own thing. And Dan Campbell thinking he's the smartest guy in, Candlestick Park in San Francisco in 2023. That was your best shot to go to the Super Bowl, and you blew it. And you had it. You had it right in your hands, and you just blew it. And now this downward trajectory has happened. Also, the strength and conditioning needs to get better. Whoever is managing that needs to change something, and possibly even the nutritionist, and possibly even the medical staff. There's far, far too many injuries with this team to be in the situation that they're at. The last 2 years end of that. There's just a lot to fix with this team. And I'm not even going to go on to the play today. The play was atrocious. Atrocious. Thank goodness for our shambled defense, keeping it close until the fourth quarter. The offense couldn't do anything right today. And it kept the defense out there too long, and they got gassed. Is what happened. Simple solution, or simple problem. Offensive lines had simple solution. Let's get it fixed. Free agency. Free agency and draft. No more of these the draft potential players. No more of it. Because it simply doesn't work. I really don't even know what else to say here, guys. It's just that bad. You guys seen it. If you watch the game, you've seen it. If not, don't watch it. Just simply don't watch it. You'll get very, very frustrated. I was reading on Twitter. I was reading on Facebook. I was reading on Reddit. People were frustrated as hell with this team. Like one of them said, we're going nowhere. And our window's closed. Perfect window is closed. Now you have to fight probably 2 or 3 years to get us back to that contention because you've reaped what you've sown. Brad, Dan, offensive, defensive coordinators were a big part of this. I'm not saying Aaron Glenn was, but for sure Ben Johnson. Look what Ben Johnson's done with the Bears. They're probably going to win the division. They were 4th place. Wow, look at us. Hey, we won the division. Now we're in 4th place. Shocked. Not shocked. At least you got the Red Wings. At least they're doing something. And the Tigers, they're doing something. And the Pistons, they're doing something. But the Lions, nope. We're just going to go right back to being in last place in the division. A familiar place for Lions fans, I should say that too. Being in 4th place and no playoffs. Very familiar position for Detroit. I don't know, guys. I'm just going to sit here and bitch all day. Don't want to do that. Anyway, we got the Bears coming up next week. We got 10 days to prepare for the Bears. You might as well have your other guys out there to try to see where you're at. It's going to be more or less it's going to be a preseason game for Detroit, even though it's the last game of the regular season. It's a preseason game at this point now for Detroit. If anybody from the Detroit Lions, I'll leave with this. I'll leave with this. I don't think anyone's going to watch this video from the Detroit Lions organization. But if it does happen to come that way, you got this team. It needs a total rebuild. It seems like. And now that we've paid all those guys, I don't even know if we can do it. You need a new offense. You need an offensive coordinator because Johnny Morton's not it. It's shown he's not it. And you can't have Dan Campbell run the offense. Dan Campbell cannot run an offense. It's clear that he can't do it. I mean, he can if he needs to, but look at the product that you're getting. He needs to focus on being a head coach. I'll just probably delete that out. I don't really even know what I mean saying there. But guys, I'm just going to kind of leave it off here. I continue to bitch and continue to bitch, and it ain't going to get anywhere because 2025 is no playoffs. Our Super Bowl window has closed. And it's the decisions that's been made by management that put us here. I got to check. I got to see if they can dig us out of the hole now. Brad has a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do. The whole team needs to look in the mirror now. The whole entire team does. From Jared Goff, from Amon-Ra St. Brown, to Aiden Hutchinson, all the way down to the kicker, Fox. The whole entire team needs to take a look in the mirror. And it's not pretty either. Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think down there in the video comments. I know we really didn't talk about the game a whole lot. There wasn't really nothing to talk about. I'm not going to rehash everything. This was a shit show today. Also, so make sure you tell me what you guys think. Am I wrong? Am I right? Am I indifferent? Would really like to know. Go ahead and put it down there in the comments, guys. Also, make sure you hit that bell notification to get more videos, and to hit that subscribe button. And also make sure to hit the like, so this kind of shoots out here to the algorithm too. I doubt it'll get any traction because I didn't really talk about the game, but who knows. Super Bowl window's closed. Alright guys, really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope to see you guys again soon. I'm going to watch the Chiefs and the Broncos. Maybe I'll cheer for the Broncos. Deuces. Take care, guys.